What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, coming to y'all with a quick video this morning. Early in the morning, we find out that Kevin Love and the Cavaliers have reached a 4-year, $120 million extension. But I'm going to be real with you people at the end of the day. This is not nothing to be mad about. This is not nothing to overreact. This is not nothing to be happy about. If you're a Cleveland Cavalier, and I'm doing this without watching or listening to nobody else like I always do, this deal is more or less a steal, kind of, because Kevin Love, when he gets the touches, he still was able to put up 19. He was averaging about 19 and 10 the whole season until Isaiah Thomas came back. Obviously, last year, he was getting 14 shots a game last year, giving you 19 and 11, while still giving you about 2 assists a game and still giving you some 30% from the 36+% from the three-point line and 80% from the free throw line. Kevin Love can play. He still has something left in the tank. Obviously, him taking this extension is a pay cut, because if he would have waited till his contract was over and try to get a deal later, he would have been able to get more money if they was going to pay him max dollars. And on top of that, even if he would have just said, hey, I'm just going to become a free agent, teams might not, most likely wouldn't give him the max anyway. So that's why it's good that he got $120 million guaranteed right now. We've seen some similar things happen in the future. We've seen Victor Oladipo sign $100 million and get traded the next year. We've seen Blake Griffin, obviously the biggest one, signing a massive extension and getting traded last year. And we also see Tobias Harris sign that extension with Orlando, and now he's been getting traded around since. So I think this is a little misleading when you see Cavaliers re-sign Kevin Love. It's just more or less like, if we get Kevin Love, he's still an asset. Even at $120 million, that's a pay cut, because he got around that his first contract. The more years you're in the league, the more money you can make, depending on how long you're in the league. And obviously, Kevin Love been in there for a while now. He's going into his 11th season, which means he could have made even more money, but he left some money on the table to get the 4 years guarantee right now, which I think that's more of him and his agent talking before the deal, saying, hey, we got $120 million that we can take right now. We get the long-term security. As you all know, Kevin Love has been beat up, battered, and just destroyed with the shoulder injury. Just every year, every 2 months or 1 month, he's getting an injury for something. And to get this long-term security, regardless if he get traded or even if he does stay with the Cavaliers, this is just a good deal just for him. And I feel like the same way with Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin might not be the same player. He might not become the same player again. He might. But getting that guaranteed money and those guaranteed years is something that we even seen this year in free agency. A lot of the players not getting that. They're getting a 1-and-1. They're getting a 1-year deal, and they become back free agency. So, become back a free agent. So a lot of these players, if they get injured, they gonna get even less money. We done seen Brook Lopez. We done seen a lot of players this year get a $4 million deal, $5 million deal, even at the highest about 8 or 9 to 10 million. Like Kevin Love about to get 20 million a season, and he get 4 years guaranteed, including this year coming up, which actually is 5. They just extended it an extra 4 years, and he got that long-term security, and the Cavaliers didn't mind giving it to him, because if Kevin Love does play like he played last year, in the beginning of last year, I should say, before Isaiah Thomas came back, players and people still going to want to play with him. He's a guy that's selfless. He does what the team needs him to do, whether it just, standing in the corner, whether if they want him to be a better integral part of the team and more of the offense. Kevin Love can do both of those things. I think he's still got a lot left in the tank. I think he still can play. I just feel like he'll be 32 September 7th. I just feel like Kevin Love just need to relax. He just need to really focus on his body this off season. He had a decent finals. He didn't shoot the ball well. He didn't look that good. But if he can really just focus on the positives, just continue to shoot the three, just post up and practice, and just get back healthy, and just get that body feeling good as much as he can because he has a lineage of injuries. I just feel like he just this free agency period at basically the off season, he just needs to focus on that body and try to get as healthy as he can, try to get as strong as he can, and just work on the basics and fundamentals of what made him great. Because he did get a little rusty. He didn't look as clean going to the paint. He didn't look as confident in the post. And his 3-point shot really helped him, this year being able to knock down that spot up three really helped him, stay a starter and get those minutes. And he really can't play the five. He's not a rim protector. He's not quick enough. He's not fast enough. He's a mobile guy, but he's not a super athletic guy. So he shouldn't really be playing center. And that's why I think they put Tristan Thompson back in there. But even if he does stay with the Cavaliers, he is a good fit because Colin Sexton does need room. And even if they just start George Hill, having that extra floor spacing, especially at that 4 or even 5 position, is always good, especially when he's shooting 36 or higher, which is above average. So at the end of the day, I definitely just want to see what Kevin Love mindset is this season and how he's going to approach it. But if he is going to stay on the Cavaliers, you can see some empty numbers a little bit this year. And I think he does need that. Like I said, he does need that confidence builder, and he does need that ability, to show that he still can do it. And I think teams still are interested, but it is good to see how he plays before you try to trade for him. And I think that can help him grow and retain his value around the league if he can just put up a solid to decent season, kind of like what he did last year. But he's going to obviously get more touches this year because LeBron James is gone. And they're going to need somebody to run the offense through. They're going to need somebody to take a lot of shots because the team is bad. They don't have any other all-star on that roster besides Kevin Love. They don't really have any other players that can really, create their own shot consistently more than Kevin Love. Obviously, they have Jordan Clarkson. They have Larry Nance. They have Zizic. They might keep Rodney Hood. But if you look at their roster, is basically talentless. They don't really have anything. And if I'm Tyronn Lue, why wouldn't I want to keep a guy like Kevin Love? I don't want to just lose and tank and just be bad. If I had an opportunity to at least be competitive, it would be having Kevin Love on a roster. And like I said, this is not a deal that's going to keep Kevin Love. They're faithful to Kevin Love. They believe in Kevin Love. It's just more or less, let's lock him down for some decent contract. And if it's time for him, to leave, we can get value off of him instead of losing him for nothing next year in free agency. So I think this is a good deal for Kevin Love at the end of the day, getting those 4 years guaranteed, getting his $20 million a year, and having a chance to show that he's still one of the better players in the league, something that his reputation took a hit, it has fell off. Some people either think he's washed up and done. Some people still think he's underrated. So right now, this is a, me against the world type of mentality for Kevin Love, and just go out there and show he can play, go out there and show that he still got something left in the tank. And if he does, I can see him getting traded during the trade deadline or even next year in the offseason. Somebody going to want him. Somebody going to try to get him because he still can play. But that's just only if he has a good season. But if he has another injury-riddled season, getting that money guaranteed is still a help, especially for 4 years, including this year. So it's 5. So let me know what you guys think about Kevin Love. Do you think this is a good deal? Do you think this is a bad deal? Do you think they should never did it? Do you think they did the right thing? Or do you think Kevin Love got a lot left in the tank and he still can play? And if he does, that's even a plus for him because now he can probably pick where he wants to go or even recommend the teams he want to go to. But at the end of the day, the Cavaliers only have skill set players. J.R. Smith is basically a three-point shooter. Kyle Korver is basically a three-point shooter. Colin Sexton is basically raw. He still has a lot of talent. He could be a two-way player, but he's only 19 years old, so you can't really expect too much out of him as a rookie that never played in the NBA and never played against this type of competition and players. It's going to be a learning curve for him. But Kevin Love, this is a deal that fell out of the sky. It was perfect for him. And at the end of the day, I like the deal for him and the Cavaliers to get something back from Kevin Love, a guy that can get you some picks, a guy that can get you a potential player, maybe even can get you a top 20 pick if you trade him at the right time, or even a young player that can come back and develop with kind of Sexton. Why not sign him up? He's already under contract. You already want to stay long term so you can get them years for other teams too. Why not take this deal for both sides? So this is more of a win-win, fair deal. But worst case scenario, Kevin Love gets back injured, doesn't play nowhere near to where he played at before, and then you just have Kevin Love, kind of like Luol Deng. You have a guy that you just gotta either dump his contract or at the end of the day just eat it, or even try to stretch it in the future. But like I said, I done seen Kevin Love these last 2 years, and he looked decent. And he is planning. He in the offseason he can try to get back to at least 70% of what he was, which is probably around 18, 19 points, and still get you 10 rebounds. He can still get you a double-double at worst. And that should be enough to a team warrant to trade him. Because it ain't like he's getting $200 million, $180 million. He's only getting $20 million. So it ain't that terrible or that bad of a contract. And the fact that he can always be a spot-up shooter at worst, that's still valuable in the league, especially at that forward position, and he is still mobile. So let me know what you guys think about Kevin Love in the comment section below. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. And if you want to see how the t-shirts look, they will be on my Facebook page. Like to show support. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think about Kevin Love getting that security in that check from the Cleveland Cavaliers.